Hi, my name is Mark Hundley, and this is Live at 5 on a Monday, but it's kind of a special Monday. It's Memorial Day Monday. So, whether you're watching this live, as some of you may not because you're probably involved in some sort of event with friends or family, whether you watch it live or later, matters not because you'll be able to participate in what it is that I share with you today, which might be a little bit different, a little bit unique, perhaps a bit different than what we've done in the past. Today's session is entitled Teach from Within. And I want to begin today's video with a question. But first, I want to invite you to participate in a little participation exercise. Now, most of you are watching this alone, so you probably will avoid feeling a little funny. And even if you have to postpone this and watch it later, I still invite you to participate in this exercise. So if you're able, I want you to just stop where you are. Just stop what you're doing. Either sit down in a safe place or a soft, comfortable place. And I want you to take one deep breath. Just inhale and exhale. Now take another. Inhale and exhale. Now the next is I just invite you to close your eyes ever so briefly and relax. There. Got it? Good. You'll notice a little screen behind the lids of your eyes that has appeared because you've closed your eyes and you've relaxed. Now with your eyes still closed, I invite you to think about all of the teachers in your life. Not just those from school or college, but every person who has played a part in shaping and molding who you are today and who you continue to become. Now I invite you to focus on the first teacher of significance that flutters to the surface, that first teacher of significance who comes to mind. Do you see their face? Do you hear their voice? Do you recall the specific lesson you learned from them? Good, I do. Now, what was that lesson? How has that lesson affected your life? In what ways have you taken that lesson and nurtured it along the way? And here is the big question of all. From where do you think that special teacher learned that lesson that he or she planted in your life? Was it from a book, a movie, perhaps a lecture, maybe even the research of some study that they read and devoured? Although those are indeed options, my guess is that the lifelong lesson that came to mind was one your mentor shared from a depth and wealth of experience. It came from within. As you know by now, I have a great affinity for Native American wisdom, especially proverbs that come from the Hopi people. The practical nature of their sayings carries a certain applicability that begs us to put them into action. It just begs us to. One that I particularly like says that teaching should come from within instead of without. Let me read that again. Teaching should come from within instead of without. In an age driven by sound bites, YouTube videos, Instagram posts, Facebook like we're on right now, Twitter and Snapchat, we run the risk of teaching and learning from somewhat momentary and surface sources, don't we? Even when we read books from established teachers, attend popular seminars produced by legendary life coaches, or participate in skills training workshops put on by storied speakers, we run the risk of merely hearing those teachers repeat the words of others when they teach, adding their own unique spin on the content. That and nothing more. Although sharing and hearing the words of others helps create and establish a foundation of understanding and a rudimentary context for application, I really believe more is needed. Without a life built upon those foundations and immersed in those contexts, The wisdom that comes from those who live merely repeating the words of others often lacks the depth necessary to provide the guidance needed for the unique circumstances in which we often find ourselves, like right now. From where does that depth come? The Hopi believe that it comes from within. The Hopi people know that true learning happens when we teach from within. I believe that the problem with borrowing the words and wisdom from other sources when we seek to pass on wisdom to our children, direction to our students, or even guidance to our employees lies in the sometimes innate hollowness that often comes when we depend solely on the experiences of others as our source. We, all of us, we each possess certain life experiences and areas of expertise from which we can draw when we work to teach, mentor, and instruct others. The challenge for us, and this is a challenge, is for us to learn to appreciate and trust our own personal experience in the process. And that's a task. That's a chore sometimes. Right now, in this moment, in the quiet of your living room or your office or even your car, I urge you to take stock of your personal life experiences. Think about them. What lessons have you learned along the way? I urge you also to inventory your personal areas of expertise because you have them. What do you have to share that others simply cannot? You have much to share. Dare to share it. You have much to pass on. Pass your knowledge on with great passion. You have much to give. I urge you today, I urge myself, to teach from within. I hope that this has been helpful to you. I hope that you've had a good day and that you have a restful evening ahead of you. I wish you a good week. I thank you for joining me either live or later. Matters not to me. I just appreciate you being here. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for Live at 5. We'd have a good evening, a good day tomorrow. Peace.